I guarantee you that this will blow your socks off. This recipe is the one that will surprise you the most because it is so simple. I've titled this as Easy Chicken Korma because there's nothing in this recipe that you don't already have. And this is that one recipe that will really take you by surprise. How you can make something so extraordinary with just basic ingredients and everything just cooks on its own in the pot. The magic of slow cooking, the magic of simple cooking, the magic of home cooking. I think that's what we're all about. Today I'm cooking an easy chicken korma. Now there are 10,000 ways you can make a korma. Where I come from, a chicken korma is something which is very, very laborious and which uses lots of different, quite specialist aromatic ingredients. And it's a dish that every household will have a recipe for. Every chicken korma will be different, but they will all be spectacular. I have simplified this korma, but the recipe is so delicious and it is so simple that if you want to surprise yourself with a beautiful aromatic korma, which you can very easily make, this is where you start. Let's quickly pick the whole spices. I've got 8 green cardamoms, 1 black cardamom, a piece of cinnamon stick, mace, and a couple of bay leaves. And these whole spices will lend a very aromatic quality to the korma. Right, off to the hob we go. The first step is to make your crispy fried onions. You can use any cooking oil of your choice, any neutral oil. So scared of talking about oils. You need your oil to be perfectly hot before you put your onions in. There's just a little bit of technique that you need to learn here. Thinly slice your onions and then you can just break them with your hand. Cooking is an art, but it's also a science. When we put all of these onions into this hot oil, instinct would be just to reduce the flame and then cook it on low flame. But actually, onions have a lot of water in them, so it brings down the temperature of the oil, so you don't need to reduce the temperature. Right, cameraman, you ready? So I'm just going to fry them until they are golden. Technically, you need more oil to make crispy fried onions. They should be submerged in oil, but I found this to work perfectly fine as well. Now, this oil, which will be flavored with these onions, is gold. This is quite a useful Indian implement. It's called a pakar. Pakar literally means hold. The depth of flavor you get from these fried onions is next level. I just want to make sure that they don't burn. So yeah, I keep stirring them around. There are some processes that require patience, and making crispy fried onions is definitely very top on the list. Don't try to rush this. Give it enough time and it will be very rewarding. You can taste the patience in a recipe. So look, these have turned golden. I took them out when they were just golden and they've already deepened in color. I would highly recommend using chicken on bone for this recipe. I'm going to make some gashes on the meat so that all of the marinade seeps into the meat. So I've got some yogurt here. We're going to put all of our ingredients except the whole spices into this marinade. Next, I will go in with the ginger and garlic paste. So one very important ground spice here is ground coriander. Kashmiri chilli powder. Also some salt. Then your crispy fried onions. Look, they're crispy. Look. And you just crush them on. I'm going to use a little bit of this flavored oil into the marinade. Refer to the recipe because the recipe will have all of the measurements. This is 1 kg chicken. The best way you can massage all of these spices in is using your hands and then immediately wash it properly. It might look disgusting, But that's the reality, okay? Even at this stage, when everything is just raw and you're just massaging all of these ingredients, you can really smell what your korma will taste like. This is a little teaser, aromatic teaser. So you let this marinate for at least 1 hour. A note on fat. This recipe or any chicken korma recipe uses a lot of oil. If you skimp on oil here in this recipe, the spices won't be able to bloom as nicely as they need to be. This is the remainder of oil from the crispy fried onions. I've removed about 5 tablespoons of oil. Now this oil, if you are in the next maybe couple of days, if you're making a marinated anything, you can just use this oil to marinate and that would be very, very flavorful. After the dish is cooked, we will scoop out more oil, okay? So please do not come after my life. Now, here's the thing. This is something that I absolutely love about Indian food. See how we layer our flavors. So this fat was already flavored with onions, and now we are going to flavor it even more with these very aromatic whole spices. So then all of the magic is contained in this fat, which is why it is so important. So this step just helps the whole spices to release their own oils into this oil. I've lowered the heat and I will put all of these chicken pieces into the pot. Lowest heat and let it simmer for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'll lift the lid and I will just turn the pieces once. Beautiful. And now I'm just going to turn these pieces. This is the rhythm of slow cooking. I'll cover it again, this time for 15 minutes on lowest. And after 15 minutes, I'll remove the lid and I will add hot water. I just love recipes that just want some patience. They're not difficult by any means. They just want your patience and your love and your care. And then they reward you at the table. I will increase the heat to medium-low. The lid is off now and you just let it cook for half an hour. Perfect. Wow. And now, as I said, that you can scoop the oil out at the end. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Easy chicken korma is ready. I'm going to serve this korma in this beautiful tureen that I got from an antique shop recently. It's got thick gravy, which is excellent because that's very, very flavoursome. I'm just going to garnish this with some coriander for a pop of colour. I'm also going to garnish this with some flaked almonds. I am ravenous. Oh, time for the reward. I think this is one of those dishes you just eat in silence. Bon appetit. And it's a very lustrous gravy.
Is that a word?
What?
Lustrous.
Lustrous. Is that not?
I don't think so.
Lustrous. L-U-S-T-R-O-U-S.
Is lustrous a word?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Yeah.
Yes, lustrous is a word.
How does it feel, man? What were you doing in school? You challenged my vocabulary. The day I add cumin to my korma, just leave me, okay? Sorry. That's really mean of me.